We're all lucky to be here. Let me put it that
Congrats to us, guys. Hey, we made it through.
So, to the people that don't know, we went on our FPL forfeit trip, which means at the end of every football season, the two losers of our FPL have to pay for the rest of the team to go on a trip somewhere. And this year, the boys were heading to Croatia. And unfortunately, but some would argue fortunately, neither Ethan or Randolph could actually make the trip, despite Ethan actually being one of the losers. But he did pay his money, so don't get that twisted. He stuck to his end of the bargain, but he was very lucky that he wasn't on the outbound flight to Croatia. Now I feel like Reeve, you can explain, because first of all, Reeve was also the most sober. He did not have a 7 a.m. beer like the rest of us. No. So you're probably in the best position to recount what happened.
Where do I start, boys? We had to get up at like 4:30 a.m. and then got put through the absolute ringer. So I don't know how frequently you guys have flown EasyJet, but for me, it's not that frequent. So already
more of a private jet man, are you?
No, I know.
You're a BA Platinum member, no?
Come on. So to give context to everybody, we had a flight at 7:50 to Dubrovnik on EasyJet. And unfortunately for the flight, and coincidentally, very strangely, Bazinga and Harold couldn't make it.
Well, Harry was already there.
So he was
waiting for us, so that was fine. There was 7 of us.
7 of us. We take off, and in my usual manner, I kind of fall asleep quite soon into a flight. So I settled in. I was all right. I had my headphones in. But I only know this because of you and Theo. As we were taking off, the landing gears obviously get retracted, and apparently the noise was something like.
I've been on.
It was odd.
Yeah, I've been on. I would say well over 200 flights in my life, right? And I always expect the noise of the landing gear going up. You usually hear
pretty smooth,
and it's just like a bit of a weird noise, and that's kind of it. But then this one, it sounded really fucking weird, and it went on for a lot longer than it usually did, right? And it was louder as well.
It did sound very weird.
And I was just there, like, me and Theo, we just did that classic face where you look at each other, we're joking around, going, "Oh no, we're fucked," type thing, And then this is where things started to go bad, because I had put my head down. I was there like, whatever.
The noise but bearing in mind, this is like 8 a.m. So everyone's shattered and not really, completely with it. Anyway, I'm mid-slumber. But I am told through hearsay that over the tannoy, the pilot goes, cabin crew to control or whatever, flight deck.
Flight deck.
Flight control, I think.
So main cabin crew man goes to flight deck, apparently goes into the cockpit, which is a rarity in itself, especially during a flight. Maybe before is a possibility. And then another member of the cabin crew barricades that situation
There's one bit
after
before
the first announcement.
That was when it started heating up.
Right.
So the first announcement comes on, and they go, "Unfortunately, we've had an issue. So we're actually going to have to turn back around to Gatwick, but don't worry, this is a routine thing. It's just an issue that we need to get sorted."
Interesting.
Yeah. And then that went up, and then the moment where
then that's happened.
Were like, "Yo, come to the..."
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just about asleep at this point. I don't really know. Theo turns around and goes, "Oh, psst, Reeve." I'm like, "What's going on?" We've made it. We're already there. I'm like, there's no... I nap often, but I know that I've not napped for 2 hours, 30 minutes here. So what is going on? He's turned around and he's gone, something's going on. We're going back to Gatwick.
Yeah.
This is due to a hydraulic issue through the landing gear.
Yep.
So the cabin crew obviously barricaded in.
By the way, they do that because that started ever since 9/11, because you're hijackers and all that. So the fact that they've opened up this door, which I can only imagine is like only in very serious situations would that happen. I was there like, okay, something is fucking going down here, because that's not a last resort, but something has to be serious.
Absolutely, yeah. And the worst part is, all of us the most responsible people that everybody watching the fellas knows are in control of the emergency exit.
Yes, we are in the emergency. We are occupying both full six or whatever.
So any shit that went down,
we were in charge.
Is our responsibility.
Nah.
So I am. They come over and the people are like, okay, in a serious situation, you'll be asked to brace, but are you capable of being responsible for the emergency exit? Meanwhile, I'm going, let's go. I'm ready, man. Anything kicks off, we're good to go.
On hijack.
Yeah. So as a result, I'm sitting there reading the back of the plane. You know, they give you the
safety thing.
Yeah, the safety instructions, how to open the door. So I've gone to demonstrate to myself, because in this time of need, I need to be on my A game, right? So I've gone to demonstrate, okay, right, cool. Put it down, flip it open. Meanwhile, woman sat behind me in a regular seat goes, thinking at 15,000 feet in the sky, I'm going to rip this door open. I was like, honestly, don't worry. I'm getting ready to, whatever kicks off, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, time passes. We head back round towards Gatwick. What are you going to interject?
You got the next tannoy?
Yeah. So okay. So
that's the big one.
Yeah, the tannoy, and especially for Mr.
Trippier, who
Mr.
hates
Don
flying.
Crimes, right? On the tannoy, pilot goes, ladies and gentlemen, the situation has deteriorated.
Yeah.
So
But he was it wasn't even the pilot. It was the.
Oh, was it not the pilot?
It was the leader of the cabin crew. So
Oh,
Once he's come out.
in his first announcement, he was so happy, like, "Oh, guys, don't worry about it. This is quite routine. So we're just going to land back at Gatwick. Apologies for it's going to cause some delays, but apologies anyway."
2 minutes later, he's going, yeah.
And then that whole story happened with the blocking off of the thing whilst he was talking to the pilot. And he comes back out, and his face looks awful. And I'm like,
stressed.
I'm looking at him like, I know something's wrong here, because I also clocked one thing that happened just before, where they shouted to the back of the plane to the cabin crew at the back. And I don't know what they shouted, but all he does is he comes right up to the middle of the plane, comes to our emergency row, looks at our seatbelts, and goes to the front. And I was like, that's just really weird, isn't it? And now she stood in front of the cabin thing. I was like, something's going on here.
Yeah.
Then he comes on the thing with that voice and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to say that the situation on board has deteriorated.
Yeah. So
I genuinely, that for me must feel like being told you got like cancer or some shit. That's how I felt. I swear to God,
the same level.
My body just went into like a little.
Well, this is the screenshot of your.
Because you've recently acquired a Whoop.
Yes.
And that tracks your heart rate throughout the day.
Got it on right now.
And bearing in mind you're sat down on a plane at this point, your heart rate reaches 125 beats per minute.
So I can tell you everything there. So the smaller spike at the beginning, that's takeoff. I always get a little bit nervous at takeoff because I know that planes are likely to land
you're like a
pressure and take
quite I would say you're a slightly nervous flyer generally. Anyway,
you're a little bit nervous, but it's, having you guys there made it a lot better. If you guys weren't there, that's at 200 and I'm probably having a heart attack. The first real big bump, that's the first announcement, goes down a bit when he's talking and he's like, it's fine. I'm like, sure. And then the boy's like, it's fine. Then boom, just we're up. And the stress levels, I've not got a screenshot, but my stress levels as well all went to high.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're getting closer to landing.
Yeah.
And at this point, Chris and I are on the same row. We're giggling about it because we don't actually think it's that serious until the closer we get, the more serious the reality becomes. But once you're in the air, it's a safe plane. Like there's no problem with anything else. The wings are fine. When it's the landing that's the issue.
Yeah.
So Chris and I are making jokes like, mate, if we die on an EasyJet flight, that's the worst way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then all these.
By the way, everyone else is really serious.
Yeah, everyone else is like so solemn. Genuinely, there were people in the aisle holding hands.
Yeah.
They were a come-by-hour away from like, I'm throwing you out anyway.
Even the cabin crew were absolutely bricking it. All of them.
Honestly, it must have been me, Chris, and maybe Joel in that entire plane that seemed pretty chill about it.
You were making it a bit better for me though, because I thought if these guys are all like laughing and joking, that it can't be too serious.
Another one was like,
but then I just look up and see the cabin crew near enough tears.
Yeah,
the only two sidemen not on the plane with us? Oh, yeah.
And then Will, by the way, all the way up until like maybe just a few hundred feet away, he's playing Football Manager, Champions League final.
That's priorities then, man.
He's taken Newcastle Champions League final. He won 2-0, by the way.
Anyway, so we're close to landing.
Yep.
It becomes a reality. Everybody starts getting their cameras out to film themselves.
No, everybody being
You guys.
me and Will.
Chris did it as well, but his
did he?
footage failed because it fell as we
okay.
landed.
Okay.
But yeah, the reality becomes very serious very quickly because the pilot goes, brace, brace.
Yeah.
And on a tannoy, fine, that's like whatever, normal protocol. Everyone gets in the position.
They were like teaching us the
yeah, but it's the first time I've ever done it on a plane. I don't know about you guys.
Never.
Yeah, I've never done that before.
It suddenly gets very, very intense because some like mantra ritual chant thing by the cabin crew at the back of the plane are going, brace, 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 brace.
I heard that in one of the videos.
Yeah.
His video, I think.
Yeah.
It is actually, it was
But
not
because
nice.
it wasn't over a tannoy.
It's pretty eerie.
It was so strange. Everyone's just like head in hands. Oh my God, what's going on? Is this reality?
I felt like I was in a plane crash documentary.
Yeah.
The chant for me.
See, the thing for me is I thought there was a 3-second period where I thought this could be the end, but if it is, then I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I thought that, I was like, today I'm not going to die. Do you know what I mean? Like, drag yourself through it.
I at no point thought that it was going to be it was going to be death. I never thought that. But I was there.
But there was one person on this table right now that thought it was the end for his little life.
I genuinely, I did think I was going to die. I did think.
Can we say it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Man.
So much so that he sent his final goodbyes to his dear girlfriend.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, bro, she must have been so shook.
No, so fortunately for her,
She was asleep.
she was asleep because it was super early.
Oh yeah.
So by the time everything had, calmed down and it was fine and we'd landed okay, I managed to text her instantly, be like, it's actually okay, we've landed okay. I sent her the videos.
But the text before we entered brace position was, I love you.
Forever.
Oh, bro, can you read out these texts, please?
No. But by the way, okay. So he was the one that dropped the forever bit afterward makes it meme worthy.
The I love you bit's completely acceptable.
Well, if it's gonna be,
I want the record to show you. I'm sat next to Theo. Theo had sent the same message to his missus as well. So
I've got a bone to pick with you, man, because as soon as Meg found out that this was a reality, she's gone, well, so you clearly don't love me as much as the other.
I think it's just
I'm on the emergency
You didn't think you were
exit.
gonna die.
I've got to be this is game time for me, man. I can't be spending time texting you saying I love you. I'll text you when I land.
Exactly, because I was in the middle seat, so I didn't really have to handle that emergency exit. So I was browsing Twitter, dropped a couple of retweets, and I sent my missus a goodbye text.
Yeah, man. What were the other messages around it?
The other so every time I get on a plane, I text my mum, I text my girlfriend saying gonna fly now, I love you, just because.
Just in case.
Well, it's one of those things where, I mean, it's very unlikely that happens to you, but I don't know. I just don't like flying, so I just do it because I think I'm going to die on every time I take a flight. But
always a good philosophy. That.
And also, notice how in the dying moments he messaged his girlfriend, but his mum.
Sorry, mum.
No, I want to say apologise to my mum, but I did not have time because. So what I started doing is I'd gone on my notes app because I had no signal. So I wrote her name in my notes app, and I was like, if once we get closer and I don't get any signal, I'll go back into notes and quickly write something in case they find my phone.
Your phone in the wreckage.
My phone in the wreckage.
What's his password?
Right.
She knows it, so she'd be able to check. But then I got signal just as we were coming into land. I was like, fuck, just text her here. I text her saying, there's a lot of text here, so give me more.
Well, while he finds this,
what
right,
day did he fly?
I was texting my girlfriend at the time, just being like, they've told us there's going to be an emergency landing, all this sort of stuff. And she always watches the flight on flight radar.
Yeah, both of us were having a live viewing of.
Yeah, and so I get a text from her saying, yeah, I can see there's a problem. The plane's flashing red. And I'm still airborne. And I'm seeing, and
fuck?
So on flight radar, if there's an emergency, if a plane's having an emergency and needs emergency landing, all that shebang, then it comes up red. It lights up red. And and I was literally there like, I'm probably about a minute and a half from potential death here. And you just let me know that is certainly on the cards.
Yeah.
I found my text anyway. So obviously my initial ones
What's for dinner?
were just to tell her I was flying. No, I was asking her to book me IMAX tickets for June too.
nice
At
priorities.
7:35 in the morning, and I said I didn't even say it nicely.
First message.
I just said need to book IMAX tickets for this ASAP, please.
Like she's your assistant.
I just probably went. So then I texted her at 7:52 saying I'm about to fly. I love you so much. Boom.
Yeah, classic. Yeah.
8:49. Emergency landing. I love you forever. 8:51. Holy fucking shit. Worst moment. We're safe.
But let it be known to the people listening and watching that the landing it was
amazing.
Which is
it was so
annoying.
nice.
Yeah. I thought we were going to be in
So
for
annoying. I was very happy with the landing, my
It
friend.
was probably smoother than the
Most
second
landings.
one we got out there.
You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
was scared of, and I've seen it happen before, and that's why I was really scared of the landing gear being broke, is so in my head I was convinced that something was going to happen and probably the front landing gear, which it was going to collapse.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, and I thought probably coming in at a couple of 100 miles per hour. I don't really know the speed, but I thought it was going to be fast. I was thinking, I'm not going to look up. When we were bracing, everyone's kind of still looking about a bit. Will's just looking out
Will
the
was in
window.
his own, Will was in the
Like,
85th minute.
And I'm just like, what is he doing? But I'm not looking up because I'm in my head. I've kind of convinced myself, if I look up or I look to the left and look to you boys because you were on my left, I might see the plane break away and see you die. If I die, fair enough, like I'm dead. But if
So
I see
you
my
ju-
boys
you ju-
die and I live, I will.
The survivor guilt's mental.
I'll just probably fucking yeet myself.
Yeah.
Right, so we landed anyway, and then standard protocol was pull up to like a flight stand in an emergency section of the runway, followed by what was like 8 or 9 emergency vehicles, like a fire engine.
Yeah, it was
It's
actually
crazy.
pretty
'Cause
mad.
You could see that on live radar as
Yeah.
well. All the emergency
And you
vehicles
look, you
flooding.
just
to-
looked out the window and you just see all the flashing lights around your plane. It was
so
like hijacking.
we disembark, get sent out the gate, and we're like, what's going on now? Well, what do we do? Like, are we getting our flight time or whatnot? Got our flight time, which was delayed by what, 6 hours?
7 hours. Yeah.
Compensation, ladies and gentlemen, from EasyJet.
What did we get?
Unbelievable!
What did we get?
We got a £6 voucher that was only applicable to Starbucks.
Which
Out of the entire airport as well.
Nah, it was the experience was, I'm not gonna lie, there's as we're about to land and you hear that weird chant, I was like, oh my God. But the fact that the most impressive part of the whole thing is obviously I've tried to film a bit of it, but I've kind of like put my phone down just for audio when we're actually needing to brace.
Yeah.
Will and Nee throughout the entire thing managed to, not only did he film it, but he managed to get a horizontal film himself.
yeah.
I am very much expecting that footage to be in the next Twatty episode of what happened on this week on the internet was, well, a good portion of UK YouTube would have been dead.
Absolutely. We should mention as well, like if people think that, oh my God, you're overreacting, it's so, it's pretty tame compared to some of the emergency landings. The cabin crew main guy has said he's only experienced that as his second one in 43 years of working for EasyJet.
And also,
which is
something
mental.
we did miss out. Once the plane had landed, the cabin crew obviously come on a thing, and they're like, first of all, they're just sounding grateful to be alive. They're like, thank you so much, guys. You're amazing.
Yeah, they thank the
Sorry
pilots.
over that. Thanking the pilots, doing all that. Maybe he was overacting. And then they all start hugging.
Yeah.
And they're almost in tears. And I'm like, all the cabin crew is celebrating with each other, like an emotional, you're watching an emotional moment between like co-workers.
Yeah.
It did definitely feel like we were not told the whole story, which, by the way, might be for good reason.
But the annoying thing is, the one person that would have had the inside scoop to let us know whether or not it was a bigger deal than we thought or a smaller one wasn't on the plane.
Harry.
Yeah. And he
Obsessed with air investigations.
We rocked up to the hotel in the evening, telling him about it, and he goes, oh, bloody hell, I missed a good one.
Most Harry response.
Gutted. He was gutted he missed it.
So yeah, our flight was delayed like 6 hours. But so we just spent all 6 of those hours getting absolutely wrapped
And
off.
I was just in a state of panic trying to make sure that they weren't putting us back on the same plane. Kept asking
But you were grateful to be alive. You were buzzing for the entire day.
I was, my
There's a real
adrenaline
sense of
was
gratitude over
fucking
there.
pumped for that entire day. I was very happy.
I remember we got off and we're in the bus heading back to the terminal, and Chip goes, "We're going home now, right? Like, we're not getting back on another plane." And I was like, "Chip, mate, I've spent, I'm going on this holiday. I've got my time booked off."
Question: if the landing gear did break, the front one, and it came down, and we had like a really rough landing, would you have gone home then?
Nah, I'm getting back on the plane.
You
Man.
reckon only some?
the reason-
I would have gone home after that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
because
get
you
back on
said
that plane.
if we're getting back
Not for
on
a
the
bit.
same plane, I'm not doing it.
That's what I was
If we
worried
get
about.
given another EasyJet plane,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I-
They stick us
because
on the
I did-
same one
yeah.
with a few like tightening of the bolts.
Yeah, I didn't want them to go
Pump the
thinking.
tires up a bit.
Yeah,
Like, oh, dear.
Yeah, I didn't want them to go thinking, oh, it was actually a smooth landing. Fuck it, we'll get them back home.
yeah.
Can I just say as well,
WD-40, we'll send them on the way, eh?
Yeah.
the pilot of the plane is actually a fan's
So I hear.
a fan's
Is it
older
true?
brother.
Is it true?
Yeah, I
mean,
messaged the guy and I said,
get
"Can you send a
confirmation?
video for you boys?" And he's currently flying, so he's unable to send one. But hopefully for next week's pod, we'll have a video from. The
Oh
pilot.
no, man.
From the pilot.
Yeah.
Wait, did you get
Thank you, man. By the way.
Yeah. Well, he's
Cheers, boss.
bro. I've asked for him to send a video. He's not going. What he's going to send a Rickroll now? Like if he's lying, like
Well, yeah,
We'll see. We'll see.
could
But if
be.
it
he could be,
is,
but he seems a nice lad.
Yeah,
so
no,
I will say the pilot was unreal. To be
Yeah,
fair,
it was.
like I don't know what exactly the
landing.
situation was, but the landing was smooth
Yeah.
and fair fucking play to him,
Yeah,
man.
it was good.
Yeah, I'm interested to know if it's bad or not. It'll be so funny if the pilot sends a video and he goes, lads, it was fucking niche.
Yeah.
Nah,
the thing is, when
he
someone
would've.
says, or at least as we read
Yeah.
on the stories afterwards, if it says hydraulic issue, there's such a spectrum of how bad it could be that we didn't actually have a clue.
Yeah. And I don't think the cabin crew would react like that after speaking to the pilot being so scared.
Yeah.
Like, surely he would, because his first time round, he was told about it, he was still fine and he was
Yeah.
expecting
Yeah,
a normal
yeah,
landing.
yeah.
Second time round,
They've revealed a bit more truth. and then
yeah,
The worst thing we all heard, and we all looked at each other and went, "Fuck's sake!" Like this was literally when that second tannoy came on, and he was there like,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the situation has deteriorated, and we'll have to perform an emergency landing in Gatwick." And how everyone just looked at each other and went,
The- you know what?
off.
The
Like,
whole
everyone
plane-
thinking, "I should have paid the extra £100 for BA."
Yeah. The
can I
plane went
just-
Well,
silent.
the person that did wasn't there.
lads, can you whack on the headphones quickly? I want to just play this brace position thing that there was
Yeah, I
going
wanna listen
on the
to it.
plane.
You want to hear it? Oh,
But the craziest thing is, right? They're still chanting it after we land. Like it's a good minute, 2 minutes before they stop chanting it after we land.
Really?
Which was that was weird.
Yeah, they did say you weren't supposed to stop doing the brace bit until we came to a halt.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, if you could land, the gear could be fine for like a second of the landing,
And then still collapse. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, isn't it?
It's,
I can't
good
believe
memories
it.
right there.
And then there's a funny bit, and I like just as we're about to land, I could tell, and I literally just go to Theo. Here we go, brother.
Yeah, wait.
I can hear Reeve cracking up.
Bro claps when the plane lands.
Hey, you're laughing, right? But that was the only acceptable time to do it.
Yeah.